What is going on? YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you're listening on. Hello. Welcome to the PeachCut Podcast. My name is Cam. This is technically the third episode of the podcast. The first two episodes, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They didn't really have much direction anyways, but I have to throw that in there just to make it sound a little more, downplay exactly what I did, but it is what it is. I accidentally trashed the MP3 files of the first two episodes. So yeah, I don't really look at it as that big of a deal. Like I said, I don't really have a direction for this podcast yet anyways. I feel like I'll be leaning towards more pop culture or just stories or whatever. I don't know really yet. I just feel like loosely talking about different stuff. Talking about different topics and whatever goes on, I guess, whatever's happening. And if you're interested, you can listen to what I have to say. So, yeah. But I will be hoping, I do hope to use Anchor for this upload. I've heard other people use it, and I feel like that would be the easiest way to get this out there. And from now on, I will be using or saving my MP3 files, and should be good from here on out. The main reason why that even happened is because I record my audio separate. So when I trashed the, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of it, but I get rid of the video file after it's uploaded on YouTube. Maybe that's so stupid, I don't know, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll get around to keeping all of them, but I feel like I just won't really look at them, and I'm pretty sure you can save from YouTube, so it is what it is. I just trashed the files, so yeah, no more audio files or anything. Those episodes are still on the channel, but I didn't put them even technically as episode 1. It's so stupid. It's like 0 and 0.5, but whatever. It is what it is, so. But yeah, guys, a lot has happened since the previous episode. I think the last episode I just talked about a story about pyramid schemes. I don't know, it was just what I had on my mind. And I don't know, a lot has changed. It's not really that big of a deal, I don't think, for a podcast, only because I haven't been, updating this podcast, so it's not like I have much of info about myself. I don't have any info really about myself in these episodes or anything, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, too much. But I'm moving, so I'm not gonna be here anymore. So this background and everything is gonna be changing. Let's see. I don't know, man. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. Lots of movies. I love movies so much. Last episode, I think it was, I had made it, and then I had went hang out with one of my friends in New Orleans, and I had gone take some photographs, and I actually had a photo shoot with some of my other friends too, which went really well. So I've been trying to do more with that, I guess. That's one problem, man. Being a photographer or going to school for photography or just doing photography and wanting to really, really get out there with it. I see people doing it all the time, but God, dude, I have so many distractions. And that's actually the topic. I remember I was going to talk about for the third episode a while back, like when I had said I had went shooting New Orleans, and I was going to make an episode after that, or I'm pretty sure I made it after that. Never posted it, so this is episode 3. But I had talked about distractions and procrastinating and stuff, because I'm still all over the place with where I want to go with this podcast. I'm kind of just doing it for fun, which is how it should be anyways. But Um, I had talked about distractions and procrastinating because when I am taking photographs, when I am making art, when I am doing work, or when I make videos, even when I do this podcast, like, it just feels good having another piece of content out that, I've been saying I was going to make or I've been wanting to, and I finally did it. So, it's, it feels good, like, releasing it finally or putting it out there. And it feels like that whenever you put out photographs too. And, you're a photographer, or if you're not a photographer, if you're just an artist, it still feels good to be able to continue to put out content because that's how you get people to buy your work and stuff like that. So, or that's one of the ways. And I talked about it because it feels so good making art, but when like you have so many other distractions, and hobbies and stuff like that. And I really word it as distractions, but really it's just having other interests and stuff. I mean, some people let or want their career to be their only thing they focus on ever. And that's totally fine, if that's what you want to do. But there's so much in this world that, like, if you get into different things, hobbies, collecting, whatever it is, like, you're gonna, obviously want to own, if you're collecting stuff, you're gonna want to own more stuff. You're gonna want to expand that collection. If you're into cars, you're gonna want to learn about more cars and, like, I don't know, buy more parts and accessories and stuff like that for your car, for your vehicle. Possibly trade in your car to get a better car, or not necessarily better, but if you start to get so into it that you want to get something new, like you're gonna spend a lot of time in that new interest. So if that happens, then it's kind of hard to fully 100% give everything you can to one thing, right? At least to me. I don't know. My big thing, I feel like, is movies, photography. I love Marvel and stuff like that too. My main thing though is horror movies and photography. And the funny thing is like my photographs don't even really look like horror stuff, and they never will. I don't think, at least. I'm just not into that. Um, I think surreal photography looks really cool and stuff, but I'm not gonna create it. I just don't have any desire to. I'd much rather realistic, like, I don't know, peaceful, calm photographs, stuff like that. So, but yeah, my big thing is movies, horror movies specifically, like I said. And that's why I don't like calling it distractions, because I absolutely love horror movies. Right behind me, if you're watching on YouTube, I have a huge collection. Huge. Well, I say huge. I'm kind of boasting, I guess, but I love it. I have a lot of nice obscure titles, really rare titles, stuff like that. So it's I don't know. It's cool owning that stuff. I mean, if you're a collector, you know what it feels like to be able to own, things that you want. Obviously, your favorite things, your favorite titles, stuff like that. But having rare stuff and obscure stuff that, like, is, like, oddly, like, not talked about by many people, but it's yours, and then you find, like, select people. Because, like, dude, honestly, you gotta admit that, like, when something is popularized, it's still really cool. But, like, if it's not popularized, like, if it's kind of underground, it's kind of cool because, like, you're in that own group. Like, you're included in that, like, you're the one that is, discussing whatever it is that's in that underground group that not everybody knows about, or not the whole world talks about. So it's kind of cool like that. And yeah, I don't know. I've always been into horror movies. Well, I'll say that. I really got into them when I was like 13. Saw 4 is what really sticks in my head as being one of the movies that mess with me a lot. And I'm not even that big of a Saw fan. I think they're fine. I'm really not the biggest fan of them though. But yeah, Saw 4 was what kind of messed with me. But, I mean, now I can watch Saw 4, no problem. I can pretty much watch anything, no problem. There's been a few movies that have really kind of messed with me. I have some friends that Hereditary messes with them, or it did mess with them when they watched it. And keep saying mess with them. I mean that, but like visually and what happens, obviously, was just like to them. It was just like too much. It's really good to them. I think it's a great movie. I love Hereditary. It's one of my favorite horror movies. One of my favorite modern horror movies for sure. And I think it would probably be one of my favorite ever. If I did like a top 30 or 40 possibly. I'm not saying it would be low on the list. I'm just saying 30 or 40 to include a lot of the other titles that I really like. But yeah, man. It's just I don't like to consider them distractions, but horror movies, that's not gonna get me anywhere unless personally, I don't think I'm ever gonna do anything big with movies. I don't want to direct movies or anything. I would love to work on a set or something for movies, but if that doesn't happen, then that's why I'm kind of in photography, because I mean I can make still shots and you know enjoy my art and stuff like that and enjoy doing it. But horror movies in general is more of a hobby, but the hobby is very, I love it. I mean, I can watch the movies all the time. I watched today alone and yesterday. I watched it was Escape Room from 2019. That was okay. That was pretty good. I don't get why it has so much hate, but so I watched that, and I watched right now on my TV. I didn't finish it, but it is In Search of Darkness Part 2 on Shudder. If you don't know what that is, huge 4.5 hour documentary about 80s horror movies. There's a Part 1 and a Part 2. I have Part 2 on right now. I think I'm like an hour and a half in. It's so long, but it just talks about all those movies. So yeah, that's on the TV right now. But I watched Escape Room, The Black Cat with Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. Loved it. So good. I love old Universal horror movies as well. I pretty much watch anything horror. Not any year, any decade. I'm down for it. I'll watch it. The stuff that I really don't get into is the whole sci-fi horror movies. That's mainly the things that I love me some cheesy, horrible, just laugh at what you're watching more than being scared. I love those movies, but the movies like Dino Croc and stuff, those are the ones that I don't really watch. But yeah, so I watched The Black Cat, and then I watched, what was the other thing? There was one more, Ghostbusters. Yeah. Me and my fiance watched Ghostbusters. She had never seen it. I've only seen it like once, and I like it a lot. It's not my favorite or anything, but I do enjoy Ghostbusters. I don't know if I've seen Part 2. I think I've seen Part 2, maybe once. But yeah, so we watched Ghostbusters. But yeah, man, I can watch movies all the time. All the time. Like, it's either, around here, I don't really take photographs a lot. Like, when I go out and shoot, I try to at least go a little further away, New Orleans or somewhere around there, instead of around where I live, because there's not really much around where I live that I haven't been yet or photographs yet that I really wanted to go to, to photograph. But man, if I'm not photographing, like if I'm not planning to go somewhere or like specifically doing something, then I'm gonna probably just put on a movie, and that's like I love it, love watching movies. So yeah, big thing on me, and that's why I kind of consider it like a distraction. But really, I mean, I'm just looking at it as like there's so many times when you can be making art or something like that and pushing yourself further in a career. Because I mean, time keeps going, man. I mean, time's not gonna stop. Before you know it, another year is gonna pass, then another year, another year, and eventually, you're gonna be like, wow, why did I not start doing this before and stuff. So that's kind of why it kind of gets to me a little bit, because I'm like, man, I love movies, but like I really need to make stuff. Like I need to like create art and like do what I have always wanted to do and like try to make it further with that. So yeah, I don't know. I've also been really obsessed with Halloween Horror Nights right now. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this year. Last year was ruined. Man. And I'm just so excited for this year. Last year was still fun. Me and my fiance had decided to go anyways to Universal Studios in October. We went. It was really fun. Honestly, COVID didn't really affect our trip too much. It was still really fun. The guidelines and stuff like that were so easy to follow. Did not affect the park much at all. And we had gone through the Bride of Frankenstein house and the Tooth Fairy house. The Beetlejuice house we were not there for. I've already seen footage on YouTube. I kind of wish I didn't watch it because I think it looks really cool, but yet again another house that like won't be new to me this year whenever we go. Or it will be new to experience, but as far as, going into it completely blind, not so much, because I've already seen kind of what's going to happen in it. So yeah, I've been looking forward to that so much, man. I've been waiting for them to announce the tickets for it. Who knows when that's coming? Pretty soon, I would assume pretty soon. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just been really into horror in general. I don't know. Constantly bringing me enjoyment all the time. I did make some photographs that I need to upload. I need to post them. I posted a few of them and I really like those, but I need to keep posting, So yeah, but other than that, I mean, I don't know. Haven't really been doing much other than that. I know it may sound pretty boring. I've just been kind of working, watching movies. If you're watching on YouTube, I did get these two prints from a artist on Instagram. These look super cool. This is a Scream print. It's got Ghostface in the house and Stab print. These look so cool, man. I want to get them framed. It's just they're kind of an odd size. They're not even 8.5 by 11 or anything like that. I think they're like 8 3/4 and 11.5 inches or something. It's really weird, but I ended up getting those off of Instagram. Those look super cool, man. I don't really know how that new Scream movie is gonna be, because that new Scream movie is like, I don't know. I like Scream 4. I watched it a few months ago again, and I do still enjoy Scream 4, but it still doesn't touch 1 at all, and 2 is pretty good, and 3 is not that great. So 4 was better, but I think 5 is, I don't know. I think they're just kind of, it's, I mean, with Wes Craven gone now for a while now, 5 or so years, you're not gonna top anything that he's done. So I don't know, but Yep. Been watching Creepshow as well too. Creepshow has been consistently. I don't really know what it is. It hasn't been that enjoyable to me, and I don't know. I'm not trying to be hard on the show. I love the movie. Supposedly they're doing a haunted house at Horror Nights this year on Creepshow, so that's pretty exciting. I know they've done one in Hollywood, and I heard that wasn't that great, but I think Orlando got this. I think they can make it look so good. But the show, man, the show is just I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to be hard on it, but I'm not getting Creepshow vibes from it like I did season 1 at least, or close to what season 1 gave me. I'm getting more of like a um, Goosebumps, like a little bit better than Goosebumps. Which I like Goosebumps. I mean, it's not good, but that's kind of what I'm saying though. I don't really think the acting's all that great. The stories aren't as great this season. Um, I mean, coincidentally, this past week's episode was actually pretty good. I think it was called Pipe Screams and In the Walls of Madness, I believe. In the Walls of Madness wasn't too great. I liked one part about it, but Pipe Screams were really good. That was a really good episode. But the other episodes have been kind of, I don't know. Like, they're just not doing much for me. As far as like keeping me, wanting more of the show. I'm wondering if they're even gonna do a season 3. I wouldn't be surprised. There's definitely a bigger budget this season, but which is good, of course. I'm really glad Shudder is doing something like this, and I do appreciate it. I do appreciate Creepshow. I appreciate what we're getting from it. That doesn't mean though that it's like good or it's or it's not boring. I mean, like, some of it is to me. It just is. I don't know, but so as far as what I'm seeing, this is an odd take on it. I've seen a lot of people talking about how it is, and and I watched the animated one. Love that one actually. Love the animated special. I didn't watch the Christmas one yet or the Halloween one yet, but yeah, I don't know. I've been keeping up with that. I've also been keeping up with Invincible, which is a Robert Kirkman. Sorry for the sirens, if you hear the sirens. I don't know what's going on. That happened yesterday as well. It was super loud around here. Hopefully everybody's okay. But, yeah, Robert Kirkman wrote it, writer of The Walking Dead. He wrote it. And it's really good. It's a really bloody superhero movie. Or a superhero show. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's really good. Camera shut off. Camera's back on. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to talk about. And that's another reason why I don't think I can continue to do this as a photographer podcast or for podcast on photography in general, because I honestly don't think I can talk about it for long enough. I can talk about movies and shows and stuff because of what I watch and collect and all that, but I really don't think I can talk about photography every single week, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I can do it for other people. I can listen to other people talk about it, but I can't do it myself. Also watched the trailer for Conjuring 3. That came out. Man, hopefully that's good. Hopefully that is something that is, not a disappointment. Because I know James Wan is not directing it, We have I don't know his name, but he did The Curse of La Llorona. I did not watch that. La Llorona or whatever. I can't pronounce it right. I think that was right actually, but yeah, he did that, and I heard that that was not that great. That was not very good. So it is what it is, though. This is what we get for The Conjuring 3, and the trailer looks okay. It it has a drop in quality for sure. It doesn't look as atmospheric in my opinion. It looks more fantasy in my opinion. It looks like he's trying to go more in this psychological instead of supernatural, which they did have both elements of that. I feel like, The Conjuring 1 or The Conjuring 2 actually had a lot of that with Vera Farmiga's character, Elizabeth Warren. Um so I'm not, opposed to them having supernatural elements in it. I know, or not supernatural, psychological elements in it. But supernatural is what it usually is. Um, we don't really get in. It just feels real. I mean, it just feels really real, and that makes it more realistic. Feel or creepy. It being that realistic. Stuff like that. And I don't think that this one's gonna be like that. It looks a little. I don't know. It's something about it. The actors in it too. Aside from, of course, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, which, come on, we both know they're the two that everybody looks forward to, and James Wan, but he's out. So, but yeah, so that looks okay. Still excited for it though. Still waiting for a Halloween Kills trailer. When are we gonna get it? We have no idea. Will it even happen? Yes, it will. It will happen. It will happen. They said it's even gonna happen even if it doesn't go to the theater, which would kind of suck because I really would like to watch it on the big theater screen. I know for sure this year I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights. I can't miss it. It literally makes every Halloween so much better. Every fall. I've only been twice, but it makes it. Well, I've been twice, and then last year was like gonna be the third year, but um, good old pandemic. But yeah. So I already planned for it, and 2 years ago, when Halloween 2018 had came out, we watched, or 3 years ago actually. Wow, 3 years ago. We watched it at Halloween Horror Nights, not at the event obviously, but we had gone on the trip to Florida for Halloween Horror Nights, and we had went to Disney Springs, and we watched it at the big nice theater over there, and that was really fun. And I really hope it comes out this year. Well, I really hope it goes to theaters. Excuse me, but I really hope it goes to theaters, and we can watch it on a big screen again, because that would be really nice. I'm pretty sure everybody would love that. All horror fans would love that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. In general, I hope this year is so much better for Halloween. It was such a mess last year, man. Everything was so bad last year. Everything's getting better though. That seems good. At least it seems promising. Like what's coming, like everything that's happening is promising. You know, there's a light at least that people are looking towards, and normalcy seems to be on the horizon again. So that's good. Seems like all the good stuff that people wanted can happen again. All the good stuff that didn't happen last year, that has been pushed to this year, is going to happen. Doesn't look like it will be pushed again. Hopefully not. I don't know. Fingers crossed though. So Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I knew I really wanted to make a podcast episode, so here it is. Here's a podcast episode. But I don't know what more to talk about. I really don't. I I expect to possibly make another. I expect to continue to make these episodes, of course, but um, I feel like my loose, like, cause the loose format is exactly what I wanted. Is exactly what I wanted to do, but not be even divided in the podcast episode. So not even divided by what I'm talking about or anything. So like, if I want to talk about different things, I wouldn't even divide it. It would just all flow together. Doesn't seem like that. Doesn't seem like that is what I will continue to do though. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'll just see how it goes. But it seems like I'm gonna probably lean towards more of splitting it up into sections, discussing whatever it is that I want to talk about, and then that's gonna be a wrap on that. Because, and like, I don't know if that's not understood. I guess it'll just, you'll just see how it is with the following episodes. But yeah, so, but I do know that I need to just make episodes and not stress about it as much, and just discuss what I'm talking about and have fun with it, and that's it. I don't know how people talk for an hour though on podcasts, because that's the hard thing about it, man. I feel like I'm at like 30-ish minutes right now, and I'm already done. I'm already done talking about everything. So, but hey, at least I made an episode. Honestly, feel like, you know, I can follow up with this stuff now. I can follow up with it because I'm gonna stay totally updated on Halloween Horror Nights. I'm super excited about it. Universal Studios is one of my favorite places. I've been so many times, probably over 15 times now. I don't live in Florida either, so I think that's pretty impressive. Um, I'm 25 years old and I've been like over 15 times, so that just shows you, I guess, how much I go. So yeah, and I don't go twice a year. So you're looking at 15 straight years, baby. Or not 15 straight years, but 15 years of going on Universal Studios. Take my money. Take it all, man. I just love it, man. I love Universal as a whole. I know they got people out there that don't like theme parks, or they think it's funny, the people that are into theme parks as much as it is. But dude, it's literally a place, like, it's literally a different world, like, at least to me. And as cheesy as that sounds, I know a lot of people that relate to that. So it is what it is. I mean, like, it's literally, you literally can do, you are free, you are just free of everything, worries, nothing. Like, it's just great. Last year, even for the pandemic, we went, and I enjoyed it pretty much the whole time. Because, like, what is there not to enjoy? You literally don't have to worry about time unless you want to, do everything. But you know what? I may make a video on that because I've been to Halloween Horror Nights, or I may make an episode on that. I've been to Horror Nights twice. This is gonna be my third year this year, and technically last year was gonna be the third year, but and we're hitting the big 30th year. Retro was last year. This year we're getting that full experience, man. I know Universal is not gonna fail to deliver. So yeah, but yeah, it's like, you don't, if you want to do everything, yes, you have to worry about time. But other than that, you don't have to worry about anything else, man. You're in the movies, you're riding the movies. So fun. I love it. So fun. So, and it's a whole, like, it's the best you'll get with haunted houses. So, in my opinion, at least, I don't think you'll find something that's not licensed or property of movies that's better than Universal. It's literally the company doing it that makes these movies. So, I don't think you're going to top it. So fun. I know I keep repeating myself, but it really is. Yeah, and I can probably talk about some of that with you guys on an episode or something. I would love to talk about that, man. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna wrap it up with this episode. If you watched all the way to the end, if you listened all the way to the end, thank you so much. Thank you for stumbling across this if you found it. If you can leave a review or anything, if you liked it, that would mean something. I think that actually helps episodes and podcasts a good amount, at least of what I've heard. And if you didn't like it, even, I mean, let me know. Because, I mean, yes, I would appreciate, good feedback, but, it's each their own. I mean, I don't expect a lot of, feedback in general, or a lot of, people listening in general. But, if you wanna leave a good word, just do that. It means something. It does mean something to me. So yeah. But yeah, so guys, that's gonna be it. Thank you for listening to the PeachCut Podcast. I will try to make another episode. Looks like we're at 36 minutes right now. I wish I can clock it at like an hour, because I don't know. I just never even have made a piece of content that long. I think the last episode of this was maybe around this time, so I don't know. It'd be cool to beat that and do like an hour long episode. But yeah, so appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode later. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that. Now I'm just rambling on. Goodbye.